Yo, what up? It's your boy Broadway Joel. I'm on 143rd and Broadway, and I'm about to ask the people: does white privilege exist? Check it out. So first, what's your name? Where you from?
I'm Michael Singh. I'm from originally the San Fernando Valley.
So the question I'm asking is: does white privilege exist?
Fuck yes, it does.
Why? Why do you say that?
White privilege exists because honestly, white supremacy exists, and without white supremacy, white privilege wouldn't exist. White supremacy exists, right? So hence there's white privilege. You can see it on an institutional level, on a societal level, and I'm gonna leave it at that.
What institutional level do you think there is that benefits whites that doesn't other groups?
Academia for sure. I would say, yeah, anything in higher education because I'm just basing it off of higher education. Job placement.
So when you say, excuse me, you say higher education, you mean like college? Like they'll get into better colleges and stuff like that?
Better colleges, or just have a more people, easier access to colleges and just getting education. Easier access to education, easier access almost to everything on a societal level because whiteness is viewed as normalcy.
Okay, and by the way, what's your nationality? You're a little ambiguous.
South Asian and white, so that's why I know I've had close proximity to whiteness before, and living with a white woman, I've seen that close proximity to whiteness. Having a close proximity to whiteness has made me cognizant of my own privileges as well. Just seeing how it's a little bit easier, especially on just a societal level, to navigate with whiteness. As opposed to navigating anytime I visited my father, it was a different story. He's definitely more melanated, and he has his native languages, his native tongue that he holds on to, and his sociocultural customs and spiritual customs too. So anytime that was just connected, I would see that disparity, how my daddy-ma was treated against my grandma who is white, or my daddy-ma is a Hindi term for grandma, so how she was treated by the system differently, how it took her probably longer to get citizenship than maybe other European immigrants would take to get citizenship too. As far as there are more barriers for people of color. They're more marginalized.
All right, so first, what's your name? Where you from?
Abraham, coming from Harlem.
All right, so the question I'm asking is, does white privilege exist?
Very much so. Very much so. All over. I went to school in almost the South. Born and raised in Harlem, went to school, come back.
What school you went to?
Norfolk State.
Okay. In Virginia.
It is true. And it definitely exists. People try to ignore it, just like racism. People say it don't exist, but it's there.
What privileges do white people have that people like us, we don't have?
I'll give you an example. Me and you can do a crime in the same address, same crime, same time, and get different sentences. That's one. And it's been proven. You can look it up, you can research it, it is what it is. That's just one big example, and that's very important. The penal system is not just, it's very biased.
What can we do to improve this, to make this better?
Well, I mean, there's many things you can do. I mean, we're in America. This is a white man's country. It is what it is. You can go around it. It is what it is. You can move to somewhere else that's a little bit more stable and a little bit less concerned about race and more concerned about class and gender, like a lot of other places are. But I mean, you can protest, try to pass some different laws, but it's really not much you can do when it comes to the justice system. It's sewn up. I mean, you can keep people, keep their hand out the lion's mouth, education, mentorships and things of that nature, and family, which is the best structure there is. That's really about it, I think. That's my opinion. But white privilege definitely exists. We deal with it, we maneuver, but it's there. It's the elephant in the room. You can't avoid it. For those who say that racism or white privilege don't exist, you're lying. Or you've been under the rock for the last 40 years.
Do you think Trump... in the White Office, he benefited a little bit from white privilege, or?
I think with Trump, honestly, America wasn't ready for Hillary to be president, and they said anybody but her.
Due to her policies, or due to that she's a woman?
Due to that she's a woman.
Really?
Yeah, that's how I feel. That's how I feel.
feel we're not ready. Well, the country, not we. I'm saying the country in general.
Or a female president, because yeah, why pick him? Seriously, you know what I'm saying? I mean, he has some point of views of wanting to go to war and make America great again and all that, but that's secondary. You know what I'm saying? That's secular. They didn't want Hillary in office, so they said we'll deal with this, and they got what they got. You know, which isn't good.
All right. Well, thank you so much for your time.
No problem, man. Take care. Keep doing what you're doing.
All right. Thanks. All right. So first, what's your name? Where you from?
My name is Vernon. I'm from New York City,
What part of New York?
from the Bronx.
All right. So the question I'm asking is, do you think white privilege exists?
Without a doubt.
Yeah. What privileges do they have that we don't?
There's a long list.
Give me a couple.
They're usually given the benefit of the doubt in this society.
Talk about when in terms of crimes and stuff.
In terms of crimes, in terms of sentencing with crimes, usually white people get better sentences, or if they get sentenced, they get the benefit of the doubt. If I get arrested, I'm presumed guilty before being proven innocent, and usually with white folks, that's the other way around.
What can we do as a society to improve that?
It's a good question. I wish I had an answer. I wish I had an answer for you.
So really, in terms of mostly, you feel it's mostly when in terms of the legal system where it benefits them a lot more so than anything else.
Everything. It's never been a level playing field. My experience has been that when I'm in an environment, particularly a corporate environment, I have to perform at twice the level. There can't be any let up. There can't be, fall off in production. Sometimes they can lag. And
They father knows the boss.
well, that sometimes that happens. But what I'm saying is, if there was a level playing field, I usually I have to run circles around somebody that I'm working next to in order to stay at my level or to progress. It's just that simple. I don't. And I'm surprised I'm giving this because you're gonna put this on.
Yeah, my YouTube. I told you. Nah, but all right. Well, thank you so much for your time.
So what's up, guys? It's your boy Broadway Joel here. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Answer the question I asked in the street in the comment section. Definitely like and subscribe. And if you guys want to follow me on Instagram, Broadway Joel, and follow me on Twitter, Broadway Joel with the number 2. Peace.